Listen closely, because right now you're standing at a dangerous financial crossroads. One of these two Honda adventure bikes is going to reward you with years of pure riding joy and hold its value like a fortress. The other? It's a seductive trap dressed in legendary reputation that could quietly bleed your bank account dry if you pick it for the wrong reasons. Today, we're pitting the 2026 Honda XL750 Transalp against the 2026 CRF1100L Africa Twin. Both wear the same trusted Honda badge, but they represent two very different corporate philosophies battling for your hard-earned money. Honda built the Transalp as an approachable, efficient all-rounder that borrows just enough Africa Twin DNA to feel premium without the flagship tax. The Africa Twin? It's the proven global explorer, engineered from the ground up for serious long-haul expeditions. I'll break down their design choices, engine souls, handling realities, tech friction, and the cold ownership numbers. By the end, you'll know exactly which machine deserves your cash and which one will leave you with expensive regret. Stay with me, the truth might surprise you. The design and structural illusion. Look at them side by side, and the family resemblance is obvious, but the stance tells the real story. The Transalp sits lower and more compact, with a manageable 850mm seat height and around 216 kilograms wet. Honda designed it this way deliberately to appeal to a broader audience of riders who want adventure capability without the intimidation of a full-size flagship. It's not trying to hide a basic commuter frame. Instead, it uses shared swing arm castings from the Africa Twin, but in lighter aluminum to keep costs and weight in check, while delivering genuine off-road presence with that 21-inch front wheel. The Africa Twin stands taller, more planted and imposing, at roughly 232 kilograms or more depending on the variant. Honda poured resources into a robust chassis built for crossing continents, with higher ground clearance and a presence that screams, "I was born for the Dakar." The plastics and bodywork on both are tough, but here's where the corporate intent shows. The Transalp uses high-quality finishes that hold up beautifully in mixed climates, from freezing northern winters to dusty trails, without feeling cheap. Switchgear feels solid and intuitive on both, but the Transalp's lighter overall package means less fatigue after a long day. Honda didn't cut corners on materials here. They optimized every gram to make the bike feel premium at a fraction of the flagship price. The Africa Twin justifies its heft with bomb-proof durability for the most punishing conditions, but that extra mass is no illusion. It's a deliberate choice for stability at speed and when fully loaded. The engine character. Now twist the throttle in your mind. The Transalp's 755cc parallel twin, shared with the Hornet platform, delivers around 90 to 92 horsepower and 75 newton-meters of torque with that characterful 270-degree crank firing order. Honda tuned it for real-world usability, smooth, predictable mid-range pull that feels alive and engaging on twisty B-roads or daily commutes. They engineered it to meet strict emissions without strangling the soul, giving you effortless highway cruising at lower revs where it feels relaxed and efficient. This motor won't thrill you with raw aggression, but it rewards with linear, confidence-inspiring delivery that never leaves you wanting on most rides. Honda's Africa Twin's 1084cc Unicam parallel twin brings more displacement, more torque, around 105 newton-meters, and that extra shove for loaded touring or overtaking on mountain passes. Honda built this bigger engine to deliver the effortless long-distance muscle their adventure flagship demands, with a deeper, more authoritative character. It's tuned for sustained high-speed comfort and serious off-road grunt, but that extra power comes with higher fuel thirst and a bike that can feel less lively in tight technical scenarios. The Transalp's smaller twin can feel more rev-happy and fun in the curves, while the Africa Twin might start to feel a bit ponderous if your riding stays mostly pavement-oriented. Pick the wrong one here, and that dead feeling on your morning commute will turn into daily frustration and wasted fuel money. Chassis, suspension, and handling realities. When the road turns interesting, the differences sharpen. The Transalp's Showa suspension, now with more adjustability in 2026, offers respectable travel around 200 millimeters front, 190 millimeters rear that's perfectly judged for mixed use. Honda gave it capable but not over-the-top components because they know most owners will spend 80% of their time on pavement and light gravel. It shines with agile, flickable handling that builds massive confidence on fast interstates and tight back roads. You won't fight the bars. The lighter weight lets you place the bike exactly where you want it, inspiring smiles rather than tension. The Africa Twin counters with more sophisticated, longer travel suspension that's adjustable and ready for technical mountain passes or loaded expeditions. Honda engineered it for the rider who actually will tackle rough terrain regularly. The chassis geometry and stability at high speeds on rough surfaces are class-leading, but that capability comes at the cost of feeling heavier and less nimble in everyday scenarios. On tight B roads, the Transalp dances where the Africa Twin marches. Corporate strategy here is clear: Transalp for accessible fun and versatility, Africa Twin for those who demand the ultimate tool and are willing to live with the trade-offs. Technology. Electronics separate them in daily life too. The Transalp brings a clean 5-inch display, Honda Road Sync connectivity, multiple ride roads, and the new standard E-clutch for seamless shifting that reduces fatigue without complexity. It's functional and modern without gimmicks, designed to genuinely help you ride more comfortably rather than just impress in the showroom. Friction points are minimal. The interface feels polished and reliable over thousands of kilometers. The Africa Twin steps up with a larger TFT screen, more advanced IMU-based electronics, cruise control on many models, and deeper integration for serious touring. Honda invested here because flagship buyers expect it for long-distance navigation and comfort. Yet that extra tech can introduce minor annoyances, like learning curves or potential long-term software quirks, if you don't need it. For pure daily usability, the Transalp's simpler setup often feels less fussy, keeping the focus on the ride instead of menus. The true price, reliability, and resale gamble. Here's where your wallet enters the arena. The 2026 Transalp E-clutch starts around $10,200 to $10,600 USD, while the Africa Twin base begins near $15,200 and climbs quickly with trims and options. That's a massive gap, thousands of dollars up front. Honda's reputation for reliability is legendary on both, with bulletproof build quality and strong dealer networks. But the Transalp offers insane value: lower purchase price, better fuel economy, easier maintenance, and lighter impact on your wallet for tires, chains, and servicing. Resale holds strong because it's approachable and popular. The Africa Twin commands a hefty premium tax for its capabilities and badge prestige. You'll pay more to buy, run, and potentially service it, though resale remains excellent thanks to its adventure icon status. Form owners and real-world data show both are dependable, but the newcomer Disruptor Transalp delivers far more bike for the money without forcing you into flagship running costs. Don't pay the legacy premium unless you truly need the extra capability. In the final ultimatum and final verdict, enough dancing around it. If your daily riding looks like spirited commutes, weekend twisties, light gravel adventures, and occasional tours without heavy luggage or extreme off-road punishment, buy the Transalp. It is the only choice that makes financial and practical sense. Its lighter weight, engaging character, lower costs, and perfect balance will bring you psychological peace and zero regret. Your money works harder here. But if you regularly tackle loaded multi-week expeditions, technical mountain trails, or demand maximum long-distance comfort and presence, then the Africa Twin is worth every extra dollar. Choosing the Transalp in that scenario would leave you undergunned and frustrated. Conversely, buying the Africa Twin for mostly pavement and easy trails is a massive financial mistake that destroys your investment through unnecessary depreciation in joy per dollar and higher ownership costs. In the end, Honda didn't build a loser here. They built two masterpieces for different lives. The Transalp is the smart money champion for most riders in 2026. Choose wisely, ride safe, and protect that bank account. If this breakdown saved you from a costly mistake, hit subscribe, drop a comment with your riding style, and I'll see you on the next ride. Safe travels.